The Gospel of Jesus Christ according to St. John, JN 15:9-11. At that time, Jesus said to his disciples, "As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Remain in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have spoken these things to you so that my joy may be in you, and your joy may be complete." Today, Thursday of the 5th week of Easter, Jesus invites each of us, "Remain in my love." Through the Gospel of John 15:9-11, we are led into the depths of God's love, a love that does not change, leading to complete joy. Let us listen and meditate on the Word of God to live in close union with Him through keeping the commandments and loving one another. Do you hear anything? I do. But the words are so light, like a breeze, and yet they are calling me. Remain in my love. Remain? But what does it mean to remain? How can I remain when my heart is so restless, so easily drifted away? Remaining is not being held back. Remaining is choosing where I belong. But how do I know that is where I belong? Love is the sign. Joy is the fruit. Peace is the proof. When I am in your love, I will feel these things. No need to search loudly. No need to prove it with reason. But Master, every love has its moments of pain, of hurt. Does your love hurt me? Maybe. But not because I hurt you, but because true love always requires giving up, forgiving, and giving. So your love is unconditional, but not unconditional. That love is giving completely, but also inviting you to live according to my words, to keep my commandments, to live according to truth and light. That love is a gift, but also an invitation. Stay. I still don't understand clearly what stay means. Staying is every morning when I wake up and remember you. It is when I am offended, but choose to forgive because of you. It is when I feel life is empty, but still pray, still believe that you are present. Staying is being faithful in the little things. It is listening, even when I don't hear anything clearly. That means, staying is not always easy. It is not easy, but I am always with you. And in that love, you will not be alone. I am with you always, to the end of the age. Teacher, why do you love us so much? Because the Father has loved me. I also love you. But why do you find it hard to believe? Because you are measuring love by human standards, comparison, exchange, conditions. But my love is loving before you know how to respond. Loving not because you deserve it, but because I want you to live. Love. To live, yes. Love is life. Without love, the soul withers. Without love, people just exist, not truly live. So, if I do not remain in your love, what will happen? You will see your life gradually become empty. You will live without meaning. You will lose your inner light. It is not because I punish you, but because you are far from me. You step away from the source of life. Is that why you said, "Whoever keeps my commandments will remain in my love"? Yes. Keeping the commandments is not a matter of mechanical obedience. It is about loving as I have loved. It is about giving oneself. It is about forgiving 70 times 7. It is about loving one's enemies. It is about being humble and serving. Love cannot exist without action. So keeping the commandments is about being loved. No. Keeping the commandments is about being loved. I see. That means my love is the starting point, not the reward. Exactly. I do not love you because you obey, but because I love you. You have the strength to obey, and if you are weak and fall, I will lift you up. If anyone who remains in me falls, I do not condemn him, but if anyone remains outside me, he has cut himself off from the source of forgiveness. Master, will staying in you make me lose my freedom? On the contrary, I will be truly free. Free from selfishness, from fear, from torment, from darkness. Free to love as you have loved. Free to not depend on the world's gaze. Free to live as myself, the image of God. Master, then how do I know I am in you? When I live without closing my heart. When I am in pain but still hope. When I am sad but still pray. When I am misunderstood but do not fight back. When I devote myself to others without expecting anything in return. Then I am in you. So, every time I feel my peace is gone, I am moving away from you, not necessarily. There are times when peace is obscured, but it is still in you. Do not judge the state of the soul by emotions alone. I do not withdraw just because you are dry. But if you stop praying, stop loving, stop listening, that is a sign that you are far from me. I am afraid of that. Don't be afraid. I am still there, waiting for you to return. Like a shepherd looking for a lost sheep. Like a father waiting for a prodigal son. Have I ever tired of you? Never. But I am sad when you do not believe that my love is real. When you run after other illusions and get lost. When you seek comfort elsewhere. While I have always been waiting for you. Teacher, I want to stay. But I am afraid that I am not strong enough. You do not need to be strong. You just need to be humble. Just say every day, Lord, help me, and I will do the rest. Thank you. Teacher, remember, I have said these things to you so that you may have my joy, and that your joy may be complete. What is my joy? To see you live, love, and unite with the Father. What is your joy? To know that you are loved, unconditionally, and have a place to return to forever. So I am your home. I am the love that never changes. The place where you can be yourself. The place where you don't have to prove anything, just stay. I ask to stay. Every second. Every minute. I am always waiting for you. Always opening the door of my heart. Stay, and you will understand what joy is that nothing can take away. Master, you tell me to love as you have loved. But I am a mortal. How can I love as a god? Because I do not love alone. If I remain in you, you will love through me. But what does it mean to love as you love? It means giving yourself. Not demanding. Forgiving. Not calculating. Serving. Not seeking praise. Looking at others with eyes of mercy. But I am so tired. Sometimes I don't want to love anyone anymore. I don't want to endure anyone anymore. I am tired because I have loved with my own strength. Let you love me. How can you love me? When I give you all my limits. When I pray even when I am tired. When I look up to you instead of looking at the mistakes of others. When I choose to be silent to listen rather than argue to win. But Master, love is not easy. Some people are not difficult to love. But some people are very difficult to love because you do not see them as I see them. You see them through their past. I see them through the future that they can become, but I see them hurting me. How can I love someone who hurts me? Not because they deserve it, but because I am called to be like you, the one who forgave those who crucified me. I am afraid that I am being fake. I am afraid that I am trying to love just because I have to. It may be forced at first, but if you persevere, love will grow like a seed. It takes time to germinate. But why don't you make everyone love each other from the beginning? Because love cannot be forced. True love can only come from freedom. And I want you to love because you choose to love, not because you are forced to. Does that mean love is a decision? Yes. Love is choosing to persevere, even when the feelings are gone. It is choosing to be gentle, even when you have the right to retaliate. It is choosing to speak the truth with kindness. It is choosing to hope even when circumstances make you want to give up. So what should I do when my heart does not want to love? Pray. Don't try alone. Say to the Master, Lord, today I do not want to love, but please be in me, so that you can love that person through me. That is the first step of transformation. So loving like me is a journey? Yes. A lifelong journey. And every time you choose to love, you are getting closer to me. But what if love is not reciprocated? True love does not demand anything in return. Love is not an investment to make a profit. Love is giving, like a grain of wheat sown in the ground. But what if I feel neglected? Then remember, your worth is not in how others treat you, but in who you are in my eyes. But you really hurt. Master, I know. And I was there. In that pain. I suffered on the cross because of love. And today, I am in you, to love through your tears. Does love mean losing? It means losing yourself, to find yourself again. It means daring to soften your heart, even though the world tells you to be tough. It means daring to believe in the good in others, even though you have been disappointed many times. Master, are there any other commandments besides love? All the commandments come down to this: love. Love God with all your heart. Love your neighbor as yourself. But sometimes you can't love yourself. Then look at me through your eyes. I see you as precious. I see you as worthy. I see you pleasing to me, even in your weaknesses. And when you know you are loved like that, you will learn to love yourself without regard for your achievements. So what is it to love yourself? It is knowing that you are loved. It is not condemning yourself forever. It is being true to yourself, and letting my mercy heal what is broken. To love as I do is a great thing. But every small act of love, a gentle look, a silent word of forgiveness, a sincere hug, has the power to save the world. Master, sometimes I want to love, but I am afraid of being hurt again. I may be hurt, but if I love for you, I will never fail. That love will be engraved in your heart forever. And if I do not love, you will live in a safe shell, but your soul will wither. Because the soul only grows when it knows how to love. So what do you want me to do right now? Start loving the person next to you, with a sincere presence, with an act of caring, with a silent forgiveness, with a prayer for them. I ask you to help me start today. You are always waiting for that. And when you choose to love, you are choosing to stay in me. And I will give you a joy that nothing can take away. I see. Love is not a feeling that comes and goes, but a yes every day. Exactly. And that yes will change the world, starting with your heart. Master, you tell me these things so that I can enjoy your joy. That's right. Not the fleeting joy of the world, but the joy that comes from remaining in love. But why haven't I felt that joy yet? Because my heart is still filled with anxiety, fear, and conditions. I want joy without giving up the things that block your light. So what do I have to give up? Give up selfishness, which makes me close myself off. Give up resentment, which makes me hold on to the past. Give up my ego, which makes me always compare. And give up the habit of relying on temporary emotions to measure love. But Master, honestly, I always thought that joy was when I got what I wanted. That's an illusion. True joy does not come from achieving everything you want, but from knowing where you are, and who is with you. Master? Yes. True joy is you, within you. Not success, not praise, not even fulfilled dreams, but your presence, always there, unconditionally. But when you fail, where is that joy? It does not disappear. It is just obscured by other voices within you. When you return to silence, you will hear your voice again, and that joy will come alive again. But you are easily attracted by outside voices. People tell you that you need money, position, recognition to be happy. That is not joy. It is temporary. My joy does not depend on circumstances. It was in prison that I brought joy to others. Even on the cross, you still forgive. So you don't promise me happiness in the worldly way. No. You promise me complete joy, when I know that no matter what happens, I am still loved, still chosen, still have you. Teacher, the world says, joy is to enjoy, to live fully. You say, joy is to stay in me. How are these two things different? Enjoying the world is to seek immediate pleasure, but then it passes, and leaves emptiness. My joy is an underground stream, still flowing even when the storms arise. How can I recognize that joy? When my heart is not torn by the desire to prove. When I find peace in the midst of trials. When I am grateful for the little things. When I look up to you, even when tears fall. So joy is not always accompanied by a smile. No. There are joys hidden in sacrifice. There are joys born from renunciation. There are joys found in the silence when you know that I am still holding your hand. Then why do you tell me this? Because I don't want you to live like an orphan in the world. I want you to walk with the awareness that you are not alone. That you are loved. And that you are living for something eternal. But how can you maintain that joy every day? By remaining in my love. By living each moment as a gift. By being grateful instead of complaining. By giving love, even when no one responds. But you may grow weary. Then come back to me. Don't go far. In my eyes, your joy will be revived. Do those who love me have that joy? Not just someone who loves you, but someone who lets you love them. There are people who try to serve but lose joy. because they forget that before they can do anything for you, they need to be embraced by you. So joy is the result of staying, exactly. Staying, not a place, but an attitude. It is believing that your love does not change, even when you are weak. It is looking up at you every morning and whispering, "Today, I begin again in your love." Is that why you call me your friend? Yes. Because I do not want you to live like a servant who only knows how to follow orders. I want you to live like a friend, knowing your mind, living in freedom, and walking in the joy of sharing love. Master, I wish I could keep that joy forever. You do not need to keep it for yourself. I will keep it for you, if you let me stay in you. I feel more at peace. Maybe this is the joy you spoke of. That's it. Silent, gentle, but strong enough to keep me steady in every wind. So, that joy is yours. And now it's mine? Yes. And no one can take it away from you, unless you let it go. I don't want to let it go. I want to live in that joy, for the rest of my life, then stay in my love. And each day, that joy will grow, until it fills you like an eternal spring. Teacher, you emphasize it again, love one another as I have loved you. Why does this keep repeating itself? Because it is the core of the gospel. Without love, everything else becomes meaningless. But teacher, love as you love, how can I do it? I cannot love on my own. I just need to let you love through me. But I am a limited person. I get angry easily, resentful easily, judgmental easily, just like the first disciples. But you loved them, patiently washed their feet, forgave them even when they betrayed you. And you will do the same with me. But loving as you love, is it unconditional forgiveness? It is forgiveness without holding anything back in the heart. Not because the other person deserves it, but because you choose to follow me. Is it sacrificing yourself for others? It is putting the interests of others before your own. As I did. But not out of compulsion, but out of the freedom of love. It is serving those who are ungrateful. It is bowing down like a servant, without expecting anything in return. The love of the Master does not wait for justice, but opens up new life. But to love like me, is to love even your enemies. Yes. You prayed for those who crucified you. Because your love does not discriminate, it is the sun that shines on the righteous and the unrighteous. Master, I am afraid that loving like this will hurt me. True love can hurt me, but it will never destroy me. On the contrary, it makes me more like you. But you know I am weak. You did not choose me because I am strong. You chose me because I know I need you. And in your weakness, my love will be complete. To love like you is to love without conditions. Yes. You loved Peter even when he was weak. You loved Judas to the end. And you love me too, not based on achievements. But Lord, what if others take advantage of my love? They may take advantage of me. But no one can extinguish the fire you have lit. Every act of love is a seed of eternity. Even if it is not received, it still brings life to my soul. Lord, how can I love someone I do not like? By looking at them through your eyes. You do not have to try to like them. Just choose to do good for them, in you. Love is a decision. Not an emotion? Yes. Emotions come and go. But true love is choosing to stand by someone, even when you do not feel like it. That is loving like you. And you want me to love not only the nice, the pleasant, exactly. You want me to love those who hurt me, because they too need healing. And I can be your instrument to reach them. I find it difficult. But I don't want to run away from what you are calling me to. I am not asking you to do the impossible. I am only asking you to take one step a day. A kind look. A word of forgiveness. A silent embrace. A silent non-retaliation. So I don't need to do big things, no. Just love faithfully, in every little thing. That is the path you have taken. And it is also the path to complete joy, Master. What if my love is not reciprocated? True love does not ask for a response. It only asks for faithfulness. Every time you love like me, you sow in the world something that nothing can destroy. Have you ever felt lonely in love? Yes. In the Garden of Gethsemane, the disciples slept. On the cross, you were abandoned. But you still loved, and from that love, salvation flowed out to all of humanity. So to love like you is to give yourself completely. It means daring to love even when you know you will be rejected. It means not keeping anything for yourself. It means giving your whole heart, not holding anything back. But I am afraid of being broken. Being broken in you is for me to be reborn in a heart that is bigger, more beautiful, more like you, Master. I want to learn to love like you. So let's start by letting you love me first. Then, day by day, that love will spread from me to the world, like a small light in the darkness. I promise I will not run away anymore. Even if I am in pain, even if I am weak, I will still follow you, and I will always be with you, because no one loves you more than I do, and no one understands you better than I do. Yes, Master, you remain in me, so that my love may bear fruit in you. And then, that love will become a source of complete, unfading joy. Master, I still think I came to you. I chose to follow you. No, my dear, you chose me first. Before I even knew how to pray. Before I even knew how to call you by your name. But I am not special. I am not good. I am not holy. You did not choose me because I am perfect. You chose me because you love me. Your love is not based on any standards. I always think that if I were more virtuous, you would pay attention to me. No. When I was far from you, you came close to me. When I was still a sinner, you gave your life for me. I still do not understand why you chose me out of all the people, because for you, I am unique. No one else can love you the way you can. No one can take your place in my heart. Do you really care about each person like that? Every soul is a treasure to me. You are not a grain of sand in a sea of people. You are a precious pearl that I rejoice to find. Master, I thought I was abandoned, but you have always been there. In my tears. In my long lonely nights. In my weak prayers. Have I ever rejected you? Yes. But you have not abandoned me. Your love is 1,000 times more patient than my mistakes. So why did you choose me? So that I can bear fruit? So that the love I receive from you can spread throughout my life. What fruit? Master? Mercy. forgiveness, unquenchable joy, inner peace, hope in hardship. But sometimes I can't bear anything. You just haven't seen it yet. Every tear endured in love, every silent sacrifice, is a silent fruit. Have I ever been a useless tree? Never. If you remain in me, you will bear much fruit. Maybe not in the way you want, but in the way of the kingdom of heaven. Master, why do you trust me so much? Because I see what you do not see. You can become an instrument of light, if you let me act through you. But I am just an ordinary person. You have also chosen ordinary people. Peter, a hot-tempered fisherman. Matthew, a despised tax collector. Mary Magdalene, once considered a sinner. So you do not need great people. You need hearts that are open. People who know how to thirst for the truth, know how to stay in my love, and let that love change them. So what do you need to do is stay in me. Yes. Don't chase success. And don't be afraid of failure. Just stay in me. I will take care of everything else. But what if you fall? I will pick you up. I didn't choose you so that you would never fall. I chose you so that you would know that you need me, and know how to love others as I have loved you. My heart warms when I hear you say that, because that has been true since time immemorial. You are loved. You are chosen. You belong to me, and nothing can take that away from you. Teacher, thank you for not choosing me wrongly. You are my heart's choice. And I will never take that love back. Even if you lose your way, I will still seek you. Even if you forget, I will still wait. So please help me to be faithful to my calling. Start over with me every day. Believe that you have been chosen, not to live a mediocre life, but to live for love, and that love will give you strength. True strength does not come from you. It comes from me, the one who has chosen you, called you, and will always be with you. I believe. Master, I am yours. Chosen not because I am worthy, but because you are love. So live as one who is loved, chosen, and let the fruits of that love grow, to the glory of the Father. Teacher, I often smile, but I rarely feel truly happy, because a smile does not always mean joy. True joy does not come from circumstances, but from presence. Whose presence is it? Teacher, your presence in me. When I remain in you, your joy will remain in me. So isn't it because I do the right thing that I am happy? The joy in you goes beyond being right. It is the joy of a love that is fulfilled, of a heart that finds refuge. But you also said that I must keep your commandments to have that joy. Yes. Because your commandments are not rules to be bound, but the path that leads me to true love. I find rules sometimes heavy. That is when I see them as pressure to fulfill. But if I see them as a sign of love, I will feel light. For example, like a mother who gets up early to prepare meals for her children. No one forces her to do it. But because of love, she does everything with joy. Love turns hardship into happiness. So what is your commandment? Love. Not love with fleeting emotions, but love as you have loved, sacrifice, forgiveness, fidelity. But loving like you is too difficult. Master, that is why you say, abide in me. You cannot love like me if you do not have me in you. When you feel your heart is dry, What should you do? Don't run away. Come to me. Don't try to do anything alone. The more you stay with me, the more you will draw from an inexhaustible source of joy. But my life has a lot of suffering. How can there be joy in the midst of trials? My joy does not deny suffering, but it shines right in the midst of suffering. Like a flower growing from rocky ground. Can you be truly happy when you are sick? Have lost something? Are hurt? Yes. Joy is not the absence of suffering, but having the Master with you in that suffering. I remember there was a time when I lost something and still felt an extraordinary peace. Was that the Master? That was the Master. And that is the complete joy that the Master spoke of. Not a temporary joy, but a deep joy that nothing can take away. So when you serve without joy, does that mean you forget the Master? Maybe. When serving becomes a burden, stop. Look at the Master. Remember that you are serving out of love, not to be recognized. Sometimes I want to give up because no one understands. You don't need to be understood to continue. You just need to know that the Master understands. And the Master is happy every time you love without asking for anything in return. So complete joy is when you live according to the Master's heart. Yes. When you forgive instead of resenting. When you support instead of condemning. When you choose to love instead of withdrawing. You are still weak. Joy does not require you to be perfect. It just requires you to stay. Even if you stumble, come back. Even if you are tired, rest in my heart. Will that joy disappear? If you leave me, you will see life lose its color. But when you return, that joy blooms again. It is a gift of unconditional love. I hope that joy will never leave you again. Then do not leave me. Make room for me in your heart. Do not be so busy that you forget my presence. Sometimes you find joy in small things, a bird, a glass of cool water. That is a sign that you are staying in me. When your heart knows how to be grateful, you will see joy spreading everywhere. I wish everyone could taste this joy. Then share it. A look, a kind word, a quiet act of sacrifice, all bring the joy of the Master to others. I don't want to keep it to myself anymore. Let that joy flow. Like a cool stream that soothes the heart. Like sunlight that dispels the darkness. Teacher, thank you for teaching me that joy does not come from what you have, but from who you belong to. And I belong to you. With you, joy never runs out. With you, I live as I was created to live, fully in love. You said, love one another as I have loved you. I was silent, because I had not truly loved like that. You did not tell me to love according to my feelings. You told me to love like you, love through actions, through sacrifice, through forgiveness. But Lord, I am human, and you are God, and you took on human form like me, to show me that love is possible, not through my own strength, but through you in me. I tried to love, but when I was betrayed, I closed myself off. You are not wrong to be hurt, but let me touch that pain, because my love is strong enough to heal even the wounds of your heart. Did you love those who crucified you? You prayed, Father, forgive them. Love is not the absence of pain, but the ability to forgive. I am afraid that if I love, I will be taken advantage of. I have also been abandoned, misunderstood, but I still love. Because I love not because the other person deserves it, but because I am loved by you first. So, to love like you means to love without calculation. It means to love without weighing the pros and cons. Love is not to get anything, but to give yourself. I feel tired, because people today do not believe in unconditional love anymore. That is why this world needs you. A person who dares to love like you is a light in the darkness of indifference. But is loving like you worth it? Do you see that vine? It is deeply rooted in the soil, and bears fruit. To love like you is to live in union with love, so that the fruit of love is born continuously. I used to love only because I was forced, or to please someone. That is not love. True love is freedom, because true love only arises from a willing heart. But if love is not reciprocated, I feel empty. No, I never love alone, because every time I love like you, you are loving with me. So, even when I forgive someone without them realizing it, I am not alone. In that moment, I should be more like you than ever. Does love ever become a burden, Master? Only when I love with my own strength. But if I remain in you, love becomes a strength, not a burden. I understand. Not to love to be recognized, but to love to be like you. And in that likeness to you, I find joy. The joy of a love that holds nothing back for itself. Teacher, if I love as you teach, will the world change? Yes. Not all at once. But every true love is a ray of light that breaks through the darkness. Where do you start? From those closest to you, family, friends, even those who hurt you. Love your enemies. Yes. Because when you love someone who doesn't love you back, you are entering the mystery of saving love. It's so hard, teacher, but you did it first. And you are with me. I will try. Love in silence. Love without needing to be recognized. Love, like a seed that falls to the ground and sprouts silently. That is the love that bears fruit. That is the love that makes you live truly. That is the love that makes you free. And that is love that brings complete joy. Isn't it, Master? Yes. Because I am no longer living because I live, but because you live in me. I want to live like that. Not because someone else deserves it, but because you are worthy. You have loved me with an unchanging love. Now, I want to love like you. Every day, every person, every little thing. Love, and keep loving. Your joy will be full, and you will stay in me forever. You say to me, remain in my love. But Master, how do I know that I am truly remaining? I know when my soul stops chasing the noise outside and begins to listen to the gentle call from within. But what if I still make mistakes? Have I strayed from love? No, my child. Remaining in my love does not mean not falling. It means that after each fall, you choose to return. Choose to let love heal you. So, what is the sign that I am remaining in you? When I love persistently, when I forgive again, when I sacrifice quietly, when I do not take revenge even if I could, when I do not boast even if I have done something, when my heart rejoices in the good deeds of others. You call that fruit? Yes. Fruit does not bloom overnight, but it grows from a deep root. That is love. I don't see anything extraordinary in myself. Just very small things. Anonymous. Silent. But those small things, if done in love, will become eternal light. Sometimes I serve someone. They don't appreciate it, and even criticize me. Should I continue? Master, if I do it for you, then continue. If I do it to be loved, I will soon get discouraged, because true love does not ask for anything in return, but only wants to be given. I think fruit must be great success, something that people must clearly see. You are wrong. The great success of the kingdom of heaven is a converted soul, a healed heart, a person who dares to love again after being hurt. So, is there a time when you are bearing fruit without realizing it? That's right. The tree does not see its own fruit, but others will see it, and God Himself will pick it to nourish the world. I am beginning to understand. To remain in love is to live silently. Do not leave me, even if the world changes. Be like a branch attached to the vine. The branch does not bear fruit by itself. It is the sap from the vine that makes it bear fruit. So I just need to remain in prayer, to remain in the Word of God, to remain in obedience, to remain in communion with the church, to remain in silent charity. Teacher, there are days when I feel dry. I cannot pray. I cannot feel anything. I am like wood or stone. Don't be afraid. To remain is not an emotion. It is fidelity. It is a daily choice. Even when you are absent from me, I am still there. So, when will the fruit come? When the time is ripe, not according to my time, but according to heaven's time. But Master, if I die without seeing the sweet fruit, then be happy, because in that self-forgetfulness, you have allowed me to grow. Many saints never see the fruit of their lives on earth, but in heaven, the fruit they bear saves many people, Master. So the important thing is not that you see the fruit, but that you are faithful every day. Yes, it is faithfulness that will produce lasting fruit. And when you do not see anything happening, that is when the miracle is quietly sprouting. Yes, my child, an unspoken love, an unknown good deed, a small sacrifice, all have eternal value if done in you. Teacher, I want to bear much fruit for the kingdom of heaven. I want my life to be a vineyard of sweet fruit. Remain in my love. I will take care of everything else. You will not worry about success. You only need to be faithful. I will tend the harvest. That's right. And the greatest fruit you can bear is love, a living love, a tireless love, a love like you. That's how I will live, even though the world does not see it. Even though no one applauds, even though there are no visible results. But the Father sees it, and He rejoices that you have borne much fruit, because you have remained. You said, I have told you these things so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. Teacher, what is that joy? It is a joy that does not come from external victory, but from a deep presence within. But teacher, sometimes I pray. I keep the commandments. I stay, but I don't feel any joy. I only feel silence, emptiness, boredom. Because I am longing for a temporary joy, while you are building eternal joy. Your joy is not noisy, not bustling. It is like an underground stream, quiet, cool, never running dry. Where does that joy come from? Teacher, from knowing that I am loved unconditionally, from knowing that I belong to you. and no one can take it away. From the fact that you dare to live the truth and are not afraid of losing anything in this world. But if joy has no feeling, how do you know it is real? Because it helps you stand firm, even when the world around you collapses. Because it does not make you proud when you are praised, nor does it make you despair when you are criticized. When do you have that joy? When you pray to the Father in solitude, when you forgive those who crucify you, when you see sinners repent and return. I thought joy must be laughter, parties, external joy. That is a feeling, not complete joy. True joy does not disappear with circumstances. It stays, just as I stay in you. But how can you preserve that joy every day? Don't put your hopes on people. Do not seek fame, praise, or fleeting success. Find the presence of the Master in the little things, in the Word of God in the morning, in gratitude in the afternoon, in the silence at the end of the day. Master, there are days when I feel no joy at all, only trials, fatigue, loneliness. At that time, let the Master rejoice in you. The Master will be your source of joy, not the world. But Master, I am afraid that I will lose my joy. I am weak, easily give up. When you lose your emotions, do not think that you have lost the Master. As long as you are faithful, you will remain, and joy will return like the dawn after the darkness. Is it possible that complete joy is not the absence of suffering, but having the Master in the midst of suffering? That is true. When you cry, but your heart is at peace. When you are in pain, but you do not despair. When you are misunderstood but do not stop loving. That is when the joy of the Master blooms in you. Master. So joy is a grace. It is a gift that the Father gives to those who remain in love. It cannot be bought. It cannot be faked. It can only be received with simplicity. Can I ask for that joy every day? Master, ask. And do not forget to give thanks, even if it is only for a sunrise, a word of forgiveness, a simple meal. So if you live in gratitude, you will keep your joy. Gratitude is the good soil for joy to grow. Those who always compare cannot be happy, but those who know how to appreciate small things live in joy. Master, your joy is different from the happiness that people say. Your joy does not depend on having or losing it. It comes from being united with the Father. It lives in silence, pain and sacrifice. I understand. I don't need to see everything go smoothly to be happy. I just need you by my side. And you are always with me, even when I don't feel it. Teacher, I want my life to be a song of thanksgiving. No matter what happens, I still believe in your love. Then your joy will fill me, and the world will see the light in your eyes, a light that no one can take away. Teacher, is my complete joy related to loving like you? A lot, because love is the source of all lasting joy. To love like you is not an easy path, but it is the path that leads to eternal life. To love like you is to forgive the unforgivable, is to sacrifice without expecting anything in return, to put the interests of others before your own, is to continue to love even when that love is rejected. I am afraid that loving like that will hurt me. To love without being loved back, to live without being understood, to give without being appreciated. I am not hurt because of love. I am hurt because I love with conditions. But when I love like you, I become stronger than any hurt. But teacher, in this world full of hatred and selfishness, who dares to live like you? Those who dare to choose loss to gain, dare to choose the narrow path, dare to let love shape your ego every day. I am weak, Master. I am easily discouraged, easily angry, easily turned away. How can I love like you? No one can love like you if they do not remain in you. When you are closely united with me, it is you who love in me. Is loving like you infinitely forgiving? Is forgiving without counting? Is looking at others with eyes of hope, not with eyes of judgment? Is loving like you bending down to wash the feet of a traitor? Is bending down, not because the other person deserves it, but because you want to be like me. What is loving like you when you are hurt? Is not taking revenge, is embracing the cross, so that new life can be born. Teacher, have you ever felt tired of loving? Yes, in the Garden of Gethsemane, when you felt utterly alone, but at that moment, you entrusted everything to the Father. I also want to love like you, but where do I start? Start by forgiving the person closest to you. Love the person who is hardest to love, and be faithful in the smallest things. I am afraid I am not persistent. Don't worry, I don't ask you to be perfect in a day. I just ask you not to stop trying. So if you fall, will you get up and continue to love? That makes me more like you. It's not success, it's faithfulness in the face of challenges. Teacher, I dream of a world that loves like you. And that world begins in my heart, from my family, from every small choice every day. Teacher, please help me. I don't want to love based on emotions anymore, but love with a decisive choice. Teacher, you are always with me. You are my strength when I am weak. You are my light when I am lost. You are my hand to help me stand up. Teacher, from now on, I want to love without calculation. I want to live generously. I want to be your sign in this world. At that time, my joy will no longer depend on circumstances. That joy will stay, grow, and become the complete joy that you promised. Teacher, there are times when darkness covers my life. I see nothing but fear and loneliness. Are you there? You are there, in the middle of the night, when I think you are most distant. You are closest to me, but I feel nothing. No light, no peace, just emptiness. Because I rely on my feelings, and do not look with faith. Your love does not depend on my feelings, but is as solid as an eternal rock. I need to learn to stay. Don't I, teacher? Staying in your love does not mean not walking, but walking in trust. It means clinging to you, no matter how the winds of life blow against you. But what does staying mean in reality? It means not leaving you when you don't understand. It means praying when you have no words left. It is being faithful even when the soul is hardened. It is reading the Word of God when the mind is weary. It is continuing to love when your heart is broken. I feel weak. I once swore allegiance, and then left you because of a small fear. I know. I do not blame you. I love you not because you are strong, but because you are my child. So if you leave me, I still love you. My love does not change. But when you leave, you are the one who loses peace. Remain in my love. Does it mean not letting sin drag you away? That is true. No matter how many times you stumble, come back. Remaining does not mean not making mistakes. It means not leaving. Sometimes you cannot see the way. You only see pain, loss, disappointment. What can my love do in that situation? Your love is light, is warmth, is a hand to hold me. But first of all, it is the strength for me to go on, even when I can't see anything. Will those who stay in your love never be lonely? They may feel lonely emotionally, but deep down, they are surrounded. They stand firm, even when life knocks them down. How can we keep the fire of love from going out? By praying regularly, by living your word every day, by making silent sacrifices, by forgiving unconditionally, by uniting with you in the Eucharist. Master, is it true that when I stay in your love, I will have complete joy? That's right. Joy does not come from success or from others, but from you, who live in me. Will that joy last when I lose everything? Still exists, because the Master's love does not disappear with circumstances. People lose everything, but the Master still has everything. Master, if I live in an indifferent, cold society, will the fire in me be extinguished? If I do not keep the fire burning by prayer, by union, it will gradually die out. But if every day I ask the Master to pour out the Holy Spirit, that fire will burn, even when the wind and rain blow. So, are you the one who keeps the fire of love burning forever? You are that fire. I just need to open my heart, don't close it, and I will shine forever in the dark night. I don't want to leave you anymore. I want to stay forever in your love. Staying does not mean never being weak, but knowing how to run to you when you are weak. It means keeping love from cooling down. Be close to you in every moment. Please help me, Lord, in the midst of darkness, in the midst of trials. I want only one thing: remain in your love. And if you remain, you will remain in me. I will make my home in you, and my joy will be complete in you. Master, I have remained in your love. I have felt a deep peace. So what should I do now? Bring that love to others. Love is not for keeping, it is for sharing. If you truly remain, you will become a witness. To witness means to preach, not necessarily by words. Live your love in the world. That is the most powerful sermon. But I am small, incapable, not a priest, not a nun. How can I bear witness? By forgiveness in the family, by honesty in the workplace, by a sympathetic look, by a word of encouragement to someone who is discouraged. Can you bear witness with such a small thing? Those small things are the bricks that build the kingdom of love. I don't need you to do great things. Just love faithfully. But what if people don't recognize me in you? It's okay. True love doesn't need recognition. Just so, I will make it bloom. You're afraid of failure, of loving and being hurt. Everyone who loves is hurt. I was also crucified for love. But it's the love that is hurt that saves the world. Do you have to love even those who hate you? Not only love the lovable. To remain in me is to learn to love even those who hurt you. Because my love excludes no one. But what if you can't change them? Love does not set conditions for success. Live lovingly like me. Leave the rest to me. Do you want me to be the light? Yes. But not shining on your own, but reflecting the light from me. When you remain in me, you will shine in the darkness. Staying to bear witness. Does that mean your life becomes a song of love? Yes, a quiet but profound song, a living poem that people can read and feel God. I want the complete joy that you promised, but sometimes I don't feel any joy. Complete joy is not in emotions. It is the fruit of union. When you live according to your calling to love, joy will come like a silent stream. Master, where should I start? From today, from small things, from where you are living. Don't wait for perfection, just be faithful. Will you always accompany me? You remain in me. Whenever you love as I have loved, you are not alone. Your love is the strength I carry with me all my life. I understand. To stay is to grow, to love tirelessly, to testify that love is still alive in the world. And you are a branch, attached to the true vine. Bear fruit, that is the glory of my Father, and it is my deep joy. I am ready. My love is your home. My joy is the lifeblood in you. From today, you live to love. I bless you. Stay in love that never fades. The path of contemplation has ended, but the journey of love continues. Jesus' invitation resounds softly and passionately, remain in my love. It is not an advice, but an invitation to enter into true life, not to escape the world, but to live in the world without losing our roots. To remain means to trust. To remain means to persevere. To remain means to commit. To remain means to love to the end. As the Master loved to the cross, how much fatigue, struggle, weakness, all can be overcome if we know how to cling to the Master's love. And only in that love can we find complete joy, a joy that no one can take away. Are you ready to remain? Not for a day, but for a lifetime? Not with words, but with your whole life? If so, you have entered into true life, a life that is nourished by the very source of the true vine. Folded hands emoji, prayer. Lord Jesus, I thank you for this journey of meditation. With each of your invitations, each of your loving glances, I realize how thirsty my heart is to abide in your unchanging love. May I not only hear, but also listen. May I not only feel, but also live. May I not only follow you in times of ease, but also cling to you in times of weariness, disappointment, and trial. Lord, may your love be the home where my soul rests, a fire that warms my lonely winters, a stream of forgiveness when I fall, a gentle light that guides me in the darkness. I offer you, Lord, the small, ordinary, but full of the goodwill of one who wants to love. Please transform my life into a fruitful vine, a song of praise for mercy, a living testimony that love is still present in this world. I stay, because I believe that in you, I truly live. Amen.